Greetings, friends. It's me again, Katie. I know you're all anxious to find out what happened next in the basement of Iris Hill, so I'll make this quick. Thank you so much to any and all who have tuned in for my first guest appearance on Roll for Impact's The Stranger, which premiered on Friday night. Even if you missed it, you can still check it out in advance of my second episode, Fury Part 2, which premieres on this Friday night. Keep an eye on our socials for a link to the premiere video, but also know that The Stranger is available on all the usual channels as well. The second episode will see our friend Jane have to make a choice, not unlike the choice she had to make in our timeline. Will she run away again or stick around and risk her neck for her companions? Tune in and find out. You can check out thestrangerpod.com for all the details. Until then, I give you Dark Nexus, Chapter 80, Husks.
Welcome back to Dark Nexus. Tonight, it's Act 2, Chapter 80. It is our second foray into Iris Hill in the same calendar day, the 8th of Neth. 18 hours ago, you entered on the sly, explored the upper stories of the compound. Now, after sending the stranger crawling back to Lang, you have descended below. We are underground, beneath the library, past Vaticus's workshop, past an old cell, gathered near the central intersection of this floor, a hall currently dedicated to the King in Yellow, sitting outside the Lowell's family crypt, where an undead blasphemy lurks in ambush, a keeper of the yellow sign, this heavy, bloated, dead but walking, draped in black leather, yellow glowing eyes figure. It waits to spring on Grip, Dabwick, and Dora, who are making their way noisily up the long, narrow hallway where Weirali's project remains. So many corpses. So many corpses. Invisibly, behind the Keeper of the Yellow Sign, still undetected, Roni stands invisibly ready to spring an ambush of his own. Everybody but Dabwick, just to remind you all, everybody but Dabwick is currently suffering a -1 penalty to attack rolls and saves versus fear from the aura of gloom and despair that surrounds this creature. That's going to last at least the next 7 minutes.
We have a malaise.
Or even the rest of our lives.
Could actually be. Dabs has 1 minute, 10 rounds left of their Owl's Wisdom and Cat's Grace buffs. I believe that's where we left it. Roni's still invisible. Dora's got mage armor going, of course. Any other buffs we need to be aware of? And were there any change-ups of items to hand? Roni's got See Invisibility.
I've got See Invisibility. I've got Dark Vision.
Yep.
I would have switched, I think, to the magical rapier, Wherein rapier.
Oh, yeah. Use the weapons of your enemy.
Exactly. And then I have a slight question.
I'll give you a partial answer.
Excellent. Would this creature be able to attack around the corner, or does it seem like it's going to have to wait until somebody actually gets to the top of the T?
Well, if it did attempt to attack around the corner, it would be attacking from behind cover. Mm-hmm. So, hard to say. Your guess would be since it, as far as it knows, it's completely undetected. It might wait until somebody would step out from cover to take an attack, but a little hard to tell.
But would anybody be able to see it as they stepped into? You know what I'm trying to figure out? Like, when is someone going to be moving through its like threatened area?
Well, they're in its threatened area as soon as they hit that space just before the corner. Whether it would attack them there or not, or wait until they stepped clear into the room, a little hard to say. You would guess most things would wait until it was in the clear, because it's still going to have cover relative to Grip as Grip enters that square, so it's still hidden. So it can wait until the cover's gone.
Got it.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
And we know the square he's in, correct?
He's right around the corner.
I don't have any extra buffs or anything going, but I did make a realization since last time.
Oh, yes.
When I took that point of dexterity drain, which we hand waved off as, well, you had a odd number of dexterity, so there's no mechanical penalty. Except that Dodge has a Dexterity 13 prerequisite, and Improved Grapple has a Dexterity 13 prerequisite, and so many feats that I choose from when I do Martial Flexibility have that. So I'm a little hampered by that.
Yeah. We'll probably get to 8th level, and you'll get to raise your dex again before we ever find anything that can heal that dex drain.
That is a possibility.
That's a disgusting thought.
This is potentially retconning something, but I feel like if that was something that Grip had realized, Roni would go, well, then you should wear this belt of dexterity.
Oh. I think that's fair, because even though Robert and I forgot, Grip would have absolutely known.
Would have felt that quite instantly.
Yeah.
And I will.
If you all want to do that,
I will lose my.
Good on you, Johnny.
I will lose my stuff because I want you to be as prepared as possible.
You didn't have any time to get used to it, so.
All right. So when you put that belt on, you're up to a dexterity of 14 again, which gives access to all of those feats back to you.
Mm-hmm. And that's.
And increases your AC by 1.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. my AC is back down now, and my to hit. And
well, you can't do it and then make me feel bad about it.
I truly would want you to have it.
Does this situation qualify for my signature skill?
Yeah, absolutely does.
Great.
Absolutely does when we get to the point of rolling initiative. So, Dabs has Silver Dagger in hand, is that right?
Yes.
Grip's got Red Destiny.
This one's the magic or silver person.
Correct.
Then yes, I currently have Red Destiny in hand.
Do your fists count as magical weapons at this point?
They do.
Oh, that's sweet.
All right.
I have a Vanish Potion to hand.
Excellent. Now, obviously, you had no time or opportunity to discuss an intricate plan because you were doing this quickly and quietly. Roni told you to approach, make some noise. How are the three of you who are coming up the hallway going to approach this corner? And Johnny, what do you think Roni is waiting to see before he strikes?
I am waiting for Grip to get into position so that we would be flanking.
Great. And if anything else happens that you want to act before that, you've got the jump, so just let me know.
Will do.
What about you there, Robert? What's Grip? How's Grip approaching? Right, we left the action with you 10 feet away from the edge of the room there.
But yes, 10. So I'm 10 feet away from being in the room, 5 feet away from potentially being strikeable.
Right, but from behind cover. But yes.
I mean, Grip is loath to just walk into any sort of attack without.
Do you want this?
Try. No.
Huh.
Yes.
Dora hands Grip her Potion of Vanish.
All right.
It's just one round, so that's all you got.
Exactly. So,
and draws another one.
Here you go. Shoot.
All right. So when are we in round? So when let me know when I need to.
Let him do it.
Economize them. Well, if it's only one round, that's 6 seconds. So, what would
you do?
What I would ideally do if I had all the time in the world is I would drink the potion, make my best attempt to walk next to him unnoticed, and then stab him.
Great.
Then you'll become visible.
Right, but then then he's flanked.
Someone's in a flanking position.
Yeah.
What a good plan.
So, Grip downs the Potion of Vanish, disappears.
Could Dabba give him a little guidance?
You want to cast a spell? Yeah.
Oh, we are making noise.
You're making noise.
Yeah, that's right.
Great.
We're not the sneak. Johnny's the sneak.
Roni's a seek. So, Dabwick reaches out, touches Gripper. Gripper vanishes. Gripper bounds into the room, lands in a flanking position invisibly with the Keeper of the Yellow Sign, and may take a stab. And as Grip becomes visible with this stab, Roni may also attack as well. This thing is completely unable to see invisible creatures. Give me that attack roll there, Gripper.
I get that. Do I get that flank bonus too?
You get a +2 for flanking, +2 for being invisible. And it is flat-footed against you.
So that's going to be, let's see, so that's a +4. So that's a
gonna be very hard on
+15 for
you
this.
if you miss.
Remember your -1?
That's a +14
There we
for
go.
this attack. Thank you. It's a 4 on the fucking die for an 18.
Flat-footed.
Still a hit. Still a hit. Invisibility and flanking and a flat-footed opponent will carry you a long way.
For 7 points of damage.
This is with Red Destiny.
This is with Red Destiny, a magic piercing.
The blade neatly slides through the thick leather coat of this bloated, disgusting creature, stabbing into it as it howls in rage, while meanwhile, behind it...
As Grip moves around the corner, getting into position, I narrow my eyes, making the Keeper of the Yellow Sign my studied combatant, and strike with Werelai's rapier. 17 for 7 points of damage.
Presuming a 17.
Presuming a 17. I'm sorry, and 17.
And this is with a +1 rapier. Excellent. All right, so short sword on one side, rapier on the other. The creature has been pin-cushioned on both ends. Everybody roll initiative.
Oh, there's that natural.
That's ridiculous.
Let's start with Gripper. What'd you get?
11.
And Roni?
Oh, I got that beat with a 5.
Oh, so good. Dabwick
13.
and Dora.
14.
And is there something you have to do because of your sense motive-y thing?
It doesn't matter. I did not roll high enough.
Oh, all right. You failed the check.
Yes. Well, you don't have to put it like that. But
You
yes.
failed the check. Technically, what I heard you say is you failed the check. With an initiative roll of 15, the Keeper of the Yellow Sign is up first. Probably, moving quickly now that he's got blades sticking in him on both sides.
Slightly flummoxed.
As he wrenches himself off of these blades, he looks deep into Grip's eyes, almost as tall as you, Grip. His eyes are this glowing, hideous, sickly, gangrenous, yellow, pulsing light. He whispers, "Have you found the yellow sign?" And he reaches out to stroke your cheek with his fleshy, bloated, wet, clammy hand. Does a 20 hit your touch armor class?
Yeah, it does.
Oh boy. All of you see something vital to Grip's essence drop out of him as he takes 1 negative level.
No.
It begins.
There's no
y'all.
save on that?
There is no save on this.
Oh,
Bad. Kill it quickly.
jeez.
Negative levels. This is our first time hitting these in our campaign. This is a particular specialty of many undead creatures. For each negative level you have, you take a cumulative -1 penalty on all ability checks, skill checks, attack rolls, CMB checks, all your saving throws. In addition, your current and max hit points drop by 5 for every negative level you receive. You also know that the creature gains temporary hit points equal to the number of hit points that you lose.
So, how do you heal negative levels? Like a hearty breakfast?
Sometimes
Some
they're
biscuits and
temporary.
gravy? And
So these are temporary, which means that if you don't do anything else, after 24 hours, you have the chance to make a fortitude save to remove them. Normally, if you fail that, they become permanent. You do know that with Keepers of the Yellow Sign, if you fail that, you die after 1 hour of insanity. You do not want to let anybody with negative levels get to that point, because that is literally save or die. So the only other means of getting rid of these is something you don't have: restoration.
So, in other words, anybody who gets hit by this is going to have to save or die.
In 24 hours. Yep, that's what we're looking at right now.
All right.
Woof.
So after gently stroking the life out of Grip's cheek, he giggles, this corpulent monstrosity of death, giggles and scuttles 5 feet to the north to get out from between the two of you, presses his back up against one of these yellow tapestries with the Triskelion symbol on it, and is giggling to himself while bleeding. He's like bleeding black blood. Dora, you are up next. So he has stepped to a place where you can catch sight of him. You see him sort of clutching his stomach and giggling as you look past and over Grip, who is getting weaker to your eyes.
Do undead bleed?
They cannot get the bleed condition. I'm giving him some flavor bleeding.
Right.
He's got the guts and black stuff coming out.
Dora will get really angry about what he just did to Grip and focus all her cruelty on him.
Yes.
While spending 2 Phoenix pool points.
There we go.
To be able to affect undead.
First of the day, right?
First of the day.
You've been hanging on to him. Excellent.
And cast Mind Thrust 2.
Excellent. And he is within range, is that correct?
Ooh, let's see.
Yeah, let's double check that. It's going to be on the border, I
40
think.
feet.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, well within
Easy.
range. Ha! Pish, I say.
Pish, I say too. All right,
We all say
so
pish.
he makes a will save. 13.
It's a failure.
That is a
that's good
failure
news. That's
indeed.
good
He takes 18 points of damage.
18 points of damage. All right, chipping away. 3 heavy blows to kick this fight off. Do you want to go anywhere, Dora?
I don't think so.
You want to get closer?
No. I don't want to look at this room. I don't want to get closer.
Very well.
But I do have a move action.
You do.
Grip, hang in there. Just hit him again. Finish him off.
Okay.
Dabwick, you are up, standing 5 feet in front of Dora. Good 15, 20 feet behind this fight.
We want Grip to attack him. So we want Grip to stay close to him. Right?
Robert is nodding stoically
I guess that's where I'm supposed to be.
with a wince on his face.
Well, my instinct was to use hydraulic push to get this touch attack danger away from us.
Oh?
But if we're setting up...
If you have anything that will protect anyone or hurt it, that might be more expedient.
Okay, Dabwick closes up behind Grip and touches him and summons a sheltering wall in front of him.
Very good.
This will give you partial cover for 7 rounds. No, 2 rounds. Sorry. 2 rounds.
And that's +2 to his AC, right?
Yeah.
Very, very cool.
Nice. Stats.
All right.
Does it affect anything coming from me outward?
No.
Nope, just protects you from anyone attacking you.
Great.
I think the only ones who can see this are Gripper and the Dabs.
Okay.
There is a short hallway to the north that leads to that storage room, the center of which holds a coffin.
Yeah.
At floor level, you see what looks like the upper half of a naked woman drag itself across the floor. Huge bat wings unfurl above it. It stares deep into Grip and Dabwick's eyes, and both of you begin to feel very, very sleepy.
Oh, fuck me.
Gah, bad. So bad. Oh boy.
Yeah, Roni's feeling it too, even though there's no source for the sensation. Just like in the middle of this life or death fight, like watching like the life energy being drained out of Grip, suddenly you feel like a nap. It's very, very disconcerting.
Is there a save against this?
There is a save. I need a will save. Starting with Grip.
That's my favorite one. That was a 14.
That's not bad, though.
Where's everybody at with action points as we approach the end of this book here?
I have none.
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 0.
Oh, I have some.
So everybody's out except for Dora. Okay, I'll try to remember to stop asking from this point forward. You all watch in horror as Grip collapses unconscious, sound asleep.
God.
Dabwick and Roni felt this urge wash over them, but it seems as though they remain unaffected by what just happened. But Grip is now asleep on the ground.
So bad.
And until woken up by a standard action, helpless for the next 9 minutes.
Oh, it's Grip's turn.
And then Roni, coming into view behind you, coming from the south in the crypts, there is a creature only you can see because she's invisible. It's this super intense looking elven woman with long silky black hair. She's wearing a delicate mithril shirt over a delicate flowing sky blue robe covered in arcane runes. And she holds a composite short bow that would appear nobody of her delicate size could possibly have the strength to draw. She comes around the corner carefully, looking out into the room as if expecting nobody would have eyes on her. And that is the end of her move right there. Let me put her on the map. Roni, now you are up. We got a keeper of the yellow sign in front of you, a Penangolin behind you, and a Menanangal up ahead of you. And a sleeping Grip.
All right. Roni is not going to give up the game that this Menanangal is over there, invisible. And so he is going to probably eat at least one arrow and stay where he is and try to get the Keeper of the Yellow Sign's attention. And he thrusts his rapier at it again.
Very good.
Hopefully giving his friends a chance to wake up Grip. That is a 24.
Nice. That is a hit.
For 5 piercing damage, and I'm going to go ahead and blow my additional points now because I might not hit it again. That's for 2 more points.
You know, the upshot is, if they just coup de grace me, then I don't have to worry about making that save or die later. So who knows? It's everything's a balance.
6 one, half dozen the other.
So I stab at it, and then I'm going to take a 5-foot step back, trying to draw it away from Grip.
Stepping closer to the invisible Rumatri, hoping to draw the Keeper of the Yellow Sign away from Grip. Love it. Top of round 2. The fight has gotten very serious very fast. The Keeper takes the bait. Have you found the Yellow Sign? Closes with you. Okay. 13 touch. Touch.
You missed.
I missed.
Oh God.
That's
really lucky.
That's getting pretty close to as low as it can roll. Amazing. So Roni deftly dodges out of the way of that clammy, disgusting, wet, fleshy hand. Dora, you are up. Boy, you can see. So Dabwick is standing right in front of Grip. It looks like Dabwick is at least going to be able to get Gripper back on his feet. You have eyes on the Menanangal. How far away is she from you?
She's 35 feet.
Oh, wow.
And she's undead. We know that.
She is 100% a vampire,
undead.
yes.
Spends another 2 points from her freeing pool and a shame point to preserve this spell slot.
Love it.
And cast Mind Thrust 2 again on the Menanangal? Menanangal.
This, okay. All right, well, so far so good. I'm rolling like crap. 16 is a fail, right?
Yes. Wait. Oh, yeah, it is because of my feet.
Uh-huh. All right, so she takes the damage from the Mind Thrust.
2.
Mind Thrust 2. Mind Thrust 2. How much damage did you take, Katie? I can't wait to find out.
24.
24!
Nice.
Ooh, hitting hard.
Doing all I can.
Yes, you're doing a lot. Do you want to stay where you are?
I mean, I don't want to move in.
I know. It is a kill zone in there.
I am not going to move until I have to.
All right, up next is Dabwick, standing right over the unconscious Gripper.
Standard action.
Standard action to wake him up if you want to do that.
Yeah.
Thanks, buddy.
All right, Dabs has... Grip, you are coming to from...
I'll do it this afternoon.
Coming to from a god-awful nightmare that you had that probably lasted centuries while you
Probably.
slumbered there for mere moments. It's a standard action for you there, Dabwick. You got a move available to you if you want to go somewhere or draw something. It's like you're out of the line of sight of one vampire.
Yeah.
You're mostly out of the line of sight of the keeper.
I'm
You're
actually
staring.
behind a tank.
Yes.
Well, a prone tank.
You
Yeah.
might
Prone
take,
tank.
if you want a suggestion, if you don't, that's
Sure.
cool too. You might take a 5-foot step back so Grip can get into that hallway and not have 5 squares surrounding him.
That makes sense. And Dabs wants to cast a protective spell on themselves before they engage with the vampires. So
Yeah.
Get back.
Dab's gonna-
cast it next round and move back
Yeah.
in. Got it. Love it. All right. So
I forget which form is Dabs in.
Gripply form right
Gripply.
now.
You should remember that.
Dabs
I know.
moves back to interpose their body in front of Dora and the rest of this fight. Menengal is up. Takes to the air on her mighty wings. I had her prone, didn't I? That's technically a move action, and then she soars into the room, huge bat wings scraping against the walls and the ceiling as she comes to hover over Grip. Lying prone on the ground. It's now your turn, Grip. You are prone on the ground as this horrible half-woman dangling viscera from where her waist has separated from her legs is hovering above you with terrible, terrible teeth that tore into your flesh, gosh, only like 17 hours ago.
Right? It was
Yes,
today.
yes.
It was today.
It was earlier today that you offered yourself up as a little bit of a tasty snack.
This is the Menengal.
This is the Menengal. This one needs good or silver weapons.
Yep. Can I do total defense while prone?
You can.
Okay. Then I'm not going to stand up next to her right now because that's fucking stupid. I am going to, as a swift action, eyes go back, neck goes crack, face goes slack, and I will take the Eldritch Claws
Yeah.
for 2. I'm going to do both. Because I only want it to be I have to do a full round to do total defense, or is that...
Standard action. So if you want to use a move action to take 2 feats, you certainly
Yes,
could.
perfect. Then yes, that's so. I'll feet up since we know the other one's down the way. So I'll do the 2 feats. I will take the weapon versatility and Eldritch Claws.
Great.
And then assume total defense.
And that's making your slam attacks are now slashing silvered weapons. Is that right?
That is correct.
Magical slashing silvered weapons.
Correct.
That's cool. All right, so the total defense will help mitigate the -4 to your armor class from being prone. Rumatri is up, this invisible elf with a short bow. Looking far less menacing than you must imagine she might look if she were simply a floating head trailing a spinal column. The timing of this is I will just say a little peek behind the screen here, pressing in at this moment where at least one of them can't be in their like monster form is pretty fucking huge. She's like this super powerful vampire is facing you down with a short bow. She's gonna fire that short bow. Don't get me wrong, but she's not gonna try to wither Roni's flesh with the bile clinging to her spine.
Gross.
All
She's
right.
not getting any bonus for surprise because he knows she's there, right?
Correct, absolutely. Roni is not flat-footed. She does not get a bonus for being invisible. She does make herself visible with this shot, though. Here comes...
Oh, hello. Oh, hi, Mark.
Does a 19
Nope.
hit you? All right.
You didn't know what he was going to say.
Yes, I did. As soon as he said 9, I was like, that's not a
That's
20.
not- that's
it's
not
not
gonna
a
happen.
23.
All right. She observes you dodge out of the way of the Keeper of the Yellow Signs attack, like literally matrix out of the way of an arrow from an invisible creature. And she moves to the south, out of sight. Maybe Maybe I'll just
Exit stage left.
Is she out of your view now, Ronnie, from your token? I can't tell. Yeah, okay, yeah, it looks like it is. All right, so she ducks far enough down to the south in this crypt amongst the sarcophagi to get out of your view. Roni, you are up next, face to face with the Keeper of the Yellow Sign. You can see Grip prone on the ground, mustering his forces beneath the looming shape of the Manananggal.
Oh,
You've all done
also
you've done a crap ton of damage so far. Keep it up, keep it up.
All right, I am going to.
So scary.
I'm going to make this. I'm going to spend a point of inspiration.
Yeah.
And make the Keeper of the Yellow Sign my studied combatant again.
Yes.
Let's see. Oh man, and that is the last point that I've got of this day. Otherwise, I will have no more inspiration.
I hope Mellison just gives up when we find her.
I surrender.
I mean, what else is she gonna do? She might need a job.
She might show us the yellow sign.
Can I join your party? She says.
And I lash out with the rapier
Bring it.
Hit it.
for a 21.
That's
but
a
only
hit.
4 piercing. You know what? I'm gonna blow
Do it.
I'm gonna blow the
Do it.
6 points. Let's come on, give me something good here. Oh, 5 more points.
Very good.
And then, laughing at it, I'm gonna take a 5-foot step through this doorway to the west.
Into the crypt. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. A total of 8 sarcophagi line this room. As mentioned before, there is a heavy pharasma influence in this room. All of the carvings on the wall are all following Pharasman doctrine, and it seems and then as you sort of as you process that in the middle of this fight with your super sharp brain, Roni, and you're kind of now at the point where you can see behind this row of yellow tapestries that are hung on the wall of the room where Grip is lying on the ground. It looks as though there are probably Pharasman carvings on those walls as well, covered up by this Hastur paraphernalia, as though maybe at some point the family didn't worship Hastur, or maybe they had to put on a show of being Pharasman followers, unknown. But there is a clash of religions happening here.
As my move action,
Yes.
I'm gonna close this door.
With you inside it?
Yep. So I literally stabbed it, laughed, stepped through the doorway, and then slammed the door in its face.
So it is a set of double doors. There are 2 doors.
Right, but it's gonna at least have to go through the other one. It's gonna give me some cover, or it's gonna take an attack of opportunity.
All right. Roni, behind the door, and you can now see Ramatri, right?
Yep.
She is down at the south end of the room with her back pressed up against a 7-foot-high bas-relief of Pharasma's face that pretty much covers that whole southern wall there down between the sarcophagi. Top of round 3. Keeper of the Yellow Sign. Roni's gone. Stepping back in, takes a 5-foot step to close with the prone grip and reaches out with a cold, clammy hand. Ooh, wow. That is a total of 14 against your touch armor class.
I get to add 4 to what's currently on my sheet.
But you have to subtract 4 because you're prone. So effectively, you're just using your normal AC. So does 14 hit your touch AC?
Yeah, you got me.
All right, that's another negative level. You see 5 more hit points slip out of Grip's body as his ability to even hold his body up is getting more and more difficult. Dora, you're up. Grip is on the ground between a Keeper of the Yellow Sign and a hovering Manananggal.
Which one do I attack?
The Manananggal is going to attack next after
The one
my
that
turn.
drains energy levels.
I also, I hate to push my luck because they've failed every save so far, and I'm not usually that lucky, but I do have mental block. But I really believe I'm more useful as a damage dealer.
I've got the flying bitch. Take out the old
Great.
man.
Dora,
Yes. All she needed to hear.
Go Dabs!
Dora can only do this twice more today on these creatures too.
Okay. Because of the number of
Because
points
of the
in your
number
pool.
of points in my Phrenic pool.
Got it.
But thank God, however, I got that charisma point back because that's making it possible.
You got it from that headband.
Yes.
Wait a minute. You can spend shame points as
Yes,
Phoenix points.
I can.
Yes.
Running out of those 2.
Understood.
And going to spend another 1 to preserve this slot and cast Mind Thrust 2 again on the Keeper of the Yellow Sun.
Got it. Here we go.
It's
16,
17.
16 again. I got another 16. Okay. Bring it. How much damage?
Every one I get, it's 26.
And it explodes.
Oh, fuck, it explodes.
Oh, no.
But maybe it'll get her.
But the thing where it drains the energy levels of everything around it when it dies only happens when it drains the life out of somebody else. So it crumples to a heap on the ground, unmoving, and it has been destroyed. Nice
Well done.
choice there. All right.
Fantastic.
Thank you. And she also says to Grip, "We'll tear her to pieces."
Right. Okay.
Dabs, you're up. 5 feet in front of Dora, 15 feet behind Grip.
Dabwick's going to target the Mananagal and cast Hydraulic Push.
Try to shove her up the hallway to the north and out of Grip's reach.
But doesn't she go next?
This would prevent her from taking a full attack if it works.
Yeah. Okay.
So then you make a CMB check as the blast of water slams into the Mananagal. What'd you get?
I got a 21 on that CMB.
She is unmoved.
Good try, though.
Good try,
Yes.
yeah.
Good try.
Huge jet of water blasts against her, and her 12-foot wide wings just sort of take the blow of this water, and she remains hovering over the gripper. It's now her turn.
I don't got it.
All right. Oh my God. Half of a woman is hovering in the air above you, Grip. She reaches down to bite you. 20.
Oh, then it's a miss.
So that's a miss. First claw. 24, so that's a hit. For 12 points of damage, and she attempts to grab you. Does a 28 beat your CMD?
Indeed.
All right, Grip has been grappled by this creature. Upshot is she pulls you to your feet. She's got to be like grabbing you with both claws, and she tears you up so that you are now staring into her face.
Does she have improved grapple?
This is a part of a grab special ability.
Gotcha.
Pulling you to your feet. She sinks her teeth into your throat for 2 points of constitution damage.
Oh.
Oh my God, those hit points are dropping so fast.
Who would have thought a crypt would be so horrible?
Y'all, Grip looks...
Yeah, we're doing what we
So
can.
fucking
we're doing
bad.
what we can.
Grip, you are up in the embrace of the Mananagal, on your feet but grappled.
Well, I'm going to try to break that fucking grapple.
You can also, in a grapple, you can make attacks with natural weapons if you want. I know it's the eternal question for you. In this case, you do know if you stay in the grapple, at the end of every one of her turns, she's going to drain more blood.
Right.
But if she's dead, she doesn't drain blood. I don't know.
Can I do a full attack?
You can do a full attack.
That's it.
All right, so you would have the -2 penalty for being grappled.
All right, so then yes, I am going to do a full 3 attack flurry
From inside the embrace of the Mananagal.
with my magic silver slashing claws.
All right, bring it.
Number 1,
Get it, Grip.
17.
Miss.
Second, a 5.
Miss.
Third attack, another 18.
3 misses. This is a compounding of the energy drain and the weakness, and you're seeing Grip's life. Yeah, Grip's life is...
Wait. Combat reflexes on the combat advice on the first one.
That would have made it a 19.
Miss. Oh, shit. AC's 2 down for being grappled. That's 2 hits, Robert.
So the 19 and the 18.
Yes. That is 2 hits. So 2 hits. Yay. Huzzah.
2 hits.
All right.
Thank you, rules lawyer.
All right. Yeah, it was 2 attacks. First attack was max damage, 11 points.
Nice.
Second one, not as good, but 5 more points.
Oh, very, very good. All right. So, struggling mightily inside the embrace of the Manananggal. Matri is up in the room alone with Roni. Interesting.
Keep her out of there.
Short bow v pistol fight. No. She gives you a crooked little grin, whispers an arcane incantation, and suddenly this whole situation, Johnny, God, it just seems hilarious. Roni's like, I see the humor. I see the humor in all of us dying in this death hole. Give me a will save.
20.
You are not made helpless with laughter.
Hideous laughter?
Hideous laughter. All right, Roni, with a valiant effort, fights off the hideous laughter spell of Rumatri. Then you are up.
Roni has heard the screams of his battle brother, Grip.
Oh, yeah.
And so what he does is he gives her a look and a little chuckle, goes, "That's not going to work on me. I'm going to be back for you." And then he moves 5 feet to the doorway so he can see what's going on.
The north door. Okay, great.
And then he is going to take a double move, trying to tumble through the space of the Manananggal to get back to her area where he thinks her legs might be.
Oh, boy.
Ballsy!
Yeah.
Ducking underneath the hovering body.
Nice.
Nice.
You find yourself in this storage room with the coffin at its heart. There are 2 passageways leading out of here. One to the north, kind of a dank stone hallway going about 20 feet to the north and ending in a closed wooden door. And then another very, very long hallway that seems to extend to the end of your dark vision. It looks like there is a circular room up ahead with a well at its center, very much in a similar style to the well room in Fort Halecourse. Like circular room, 20 feet across, well right at the dead center of it.
Can I make a survival check to see where she might have been dragging herself?
Absolutely.
30. That was a natural 20.
There's a lot of filth and a lot of moist, caked dust and mud all over the place. The evidence of a lot of feet moving around. Oh my gosh! And this room also, that lineup of bodies
Still here.
still would continue into this room. It's going to end in this room. So you're looking down on the ground for tracks.
I'm trying to figure out, like, is this coffin right here? Is this her coffin? Did she come from it? Did she come from somewhere else? I'm trying to figure out where she came from.
Understood. There is a wet, filthy pile of blood and bile right around the corner where she had been laying in wait and pinging right there, like right next to you there.
Yep.
And it looks substantive enough as though she had maybe been laying there dripping fluids for quite some time. He would immediately put together, flew there, planted, waited. Did not come from anywhere in this room, down that hallway, flew to this spot and planted.
All right.
And with that natural 20 and that survival check of 30, I think you would pick up, because you caught them way at the south end of this hallway. You were tracking the enraged passage of Weiralai through this area towards the upstairs where she began slaughtering people. You caught those footprints kind of down at the south end of the hall. You pick that back up in this room, and it looks like she came from a body just another like 10 feet down the hallway, and you do see amidst the corpses there, with that check there, you do see signs of some metal object sitting amongst the bodies, which has not been in evidence so far. Like, they've had no equipment, no gear, just kind of rotting corpses. You do see signs of a of some sort of metal object, just about 10 feet away from you.
Great, but I don't see legs.
You see no legs. Absolutely not. Great idea. Stand of round 3. We're at the top of round 4. The keeper of the yellow sign. Get him out of here.
Get him out of there.
He's dead. Dora, you are up. You can see the Menanangal. You can see Grip. You can see Roni up ahead in the coffin chamber.
Dora spends her last 2 Phrenic Pool points to use Will of the Dead to cast Mind Thrust 2 on the Menanangal.
13. I'm changing dice.
32.
Oh my goodness.
I'll say I've cast this 4 times tonight. Every damage number came up red, except this one, which came up green.
Whoa. There is shit firing off in her head. There is just fluids splashing all over this room, all over Grip. She's somehow still hovering in the air, but yes. But
7, 6, 3, 8, 8.
Oh man. Wow. Huge blow. Do you want to move and close with her?
No. I'm going to spend an action point to preserve that spell slot.
Okay.
And that's it, guys.
Got a move action.
No, I'm sorry. That's it for my Will of the Dead.
It served you well.
It did.
It served you very well.
So, all I have now are spell slots. As a move action, I will say, Grip!
What?
I know you can do this. I know you can finish her off.
Dabwick, you are up 15 feet south of Grip, right in front of Dora.
Dabwick is terrified by everything that's going on and casts a spell on themselves. Life Shield. Ooh. This gives a sort of positive energy type energy field that only damages undead opponents that make melee attacks against you.
Oh.
So they try to make a melee attack against you and then they get harmed.
Nice.
Dabwick's casting that to protect themselves before they move into the room.
All right, where does Dabs end up?
Just moving into the north side of the room.
Dabwick slips into the tapestry room just beside Grip, underneath the Menanangal, who cannot take attacks of opportunity while grappling the Gripper. Ends up adjacent to the Menanangal, hoping to help out Buddy Grip, who is now about to get chomped. Does an 18 hit your CMD?
No, it does not.
I changed dice even.
How'd that work out for you?
Robert,
Let's not push.
you slip out. You are no longer
my
grappled
God.
by her.
That's pretty sweet.
And she had to do that as a standard action. She... I think it is the loss of blood and fluid, but she is getting weaker and weaker in front of your eyes, and she has nowhere to go. Roni's to the north. Dabs and Grip are a wall to her west, and there is a literal wall to her east. Grip, you're up. No longer grappled, on your feet, bleeding,
Combat
energy drained, with Dora's combat advice ringing in your ears.
All right, we're doing the full attack again.
Bring it.
Flurry number 1. 13. I bet that's a miss.
That's a miss.
Flurry number 2. Then a 12 is definitely a miss.
Oh, Gripper.
Flurry number fucking 3. There's a 21.
That's a hit.
Yeah. For 11 points of damage.
And she drops.
Oh my god.
At 0 hit points. That was exactly it.
Oh my god.
All right. After a full attack, Grip manages to drop the Menanangal. We've got 2 of these 3 undead horrors on the ground. Somewhere back in the crypt, Rumatri does something. What does she do? Oh, you hear this? You hear the casting of a spell around the corner back in the crypt there. Roni.
Can't make a spellcraft check just by
Gotta
listening.
see it.
Gotta see it.
Gotta see it.
Right.
Roni, you are up. You are up in the storage room with the coffin, the pool of bile, a metal object, and a couple of hallways.
I see that the Menanangal has dropped, and so just as I ran out, I am going to run right back to where I came from.
Yes, to continue the
Yep.
battle against
As I
Rumatri.
push past my friends, push past Dabs, and make my way back in.
Is that a double move for you?
It will be a double move. I won't be able to get to do anything else. That was like 35, 30. That was 40 feet, so I've still got movement. What do I see as I come in?
She is where you left her, her back pressed against this giant carving of Pharasma's face on the wall. And she's holding her bow, no visible effect in evidence of whatever spell she cast. She's staring at you with the closest that you could imagine concern passing over the eyes of presumably a 100-year-old vampire.
I told you I'd be back.
In the name of the unspeakable, you will suffer. Round 5. Dora. Roni's disappeared again.
Yeah.
Nobody can see Roni. Nobody can see Roni or Rumatri.
As I moved, I dropped the rapier and pulled the silver dagger on the move.
Okay. Looks like Dora's moving up the hallway.
I have no idea what's going on.
Help me understand what's going on.
Where are we going?
Roni just went into the other crypt following something. I don't know what. Because we never saw her, right? She was always invisible.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, no, you saw her for one round probably just before you fell asleep.
He was chasing
Remember
someone,
that
not quite sure.
100 years ago when you fell asleep?
Oh, it was great.
Good times. So, Katie, it would be over in this direction over here to the west.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'm not going over there on my own. Certainly. And there's no one to give combat advice to, so I will just be pleased with myself for a moment as I look over the two beings that I had a good deal of contribution to murdering.
Success. Yeah. Dabwick.
Dabwick will move their full move into the room.
Into the crypt chamber. You see her down there?
Yes, I do.
All right. So Dabwick edges in behind the closed door right next, shoulder to shoulder with Roni, staring down at this elf woman with a short bow across the way.
Dagger drawn. That's it. I'm just standing next to Roni, waiting for Roni's taking the next move, because I'm still terrified of vampires.
Yes. The Gripper is up. Somehow, still on his feet.
I'm following my fucking boy. Yeah, I'll come in and see what the fuck's going on. And now I see what the fuck's going on. And
she's got her back against the wall a good 20 feet away from you.
I'm gonna not go any further quite yet.
All right, hanging out behind the front line of Dabs and Roni, Grip has entered the crypt chamber. Rumatri across the room. Once again, you see her waving her hands, muttering an incantation to herself, and there is a BAMF of golden particles that explodes in the middle of Roni, Grip, and Dabwick. I need all three of you to give me a will save.
Is it versus fear?
It is not versus fear, although to some people, glitter is scary.
To me, in fact.
Is she just a bard from the Pathfinder video game? Yeah. Glitter dust and hideous
everywhere.
Laughter.
She is. She's much more scary when she can be a vampire.
Too bad that's hours away.
She's doing what she can do. All right, Roni.
23.
Dabwick.
23 or a 25 against enchantments.
And Gripper.
15.
Okay. All three of you are covered by the dust, which cannot be removed and will visibly outline you if you attempt to go invisible. Grip is also blind. Cannot see a thing.
Good heavens, Gripper.
It's been a fight
Thanks
for the Grip.
soaking up all the bullshit tonight.
Yep, that's my job tonight.
Good God.
Soaking up the bullshit.
All right, Roni's managed to keep his eyes covered as the dust went off. He can tell that Gripper is struggling behind him. Sees Dabwick right next to him, still staring with open eyes down at this creature. Knows for a fact the two of you can still see. You're up.
I narrow my eyes, studying her, making her my studied combatant.
Yes.
And I charge her with the Masterwork Silver Dagger in hand.
Yeah, tangle her up.
Roni goes running down the fucking crypt chamber, past and over corpses, past the corpse of Omari, past open sarcophagi with dead Lolses in it, and charges Rumatri.
24 total.
That is a hit.
For 3 points.
All right, grazing blow, but you have managed to close ground and get toe to toe with her. That's the end of round 5. Top of round 6. Dora, you are up. You are alone with undead corpses and so many other corpses. Oh, Katie, you're surrounded by death. Surely you want to surrender, right?
To whom?
Exactly. Oh, Dora is entering the chamber.
Oh, hello.
Hello. Roni's going toe-to-toe about 30 feet away with an elven woman. She seems nice.
Well, I'll shoot a magic missile at her.
Pew, pew, pew. Dark bolts slam into her.
4, 4, 4.
Oh, nice.
12 force damage.
Oh, very good. She takes all of that. All right. Dora steps in, casts magic missile. Dabwick, you are up.
Can Dabwick also charge?
Dabwick does not have a clear path to close with it. These sarcophagi are about, Dabwick height.
So I can't get close to her, you're saying?
You can jump up on top of the coffins and
Yes.
scamper across them if you wish to.
Yes. I want to.
Certainly can't charge while doing so, but you could close ground.
Yeah.
Oh my god, we got her backed against the wall. Dabwick clambers over sarcophagi, over dead lulzes from centuries ago. Closes with Rumatri. Silver dagger in hand.
That's only a 12 on the hit.
All right, so she dodges out of the way. Gripper, you are up.
Can I rub this shite out of my eyes?
So you're trying to. Right now, all Grip knows is it won't come out.
Can I make a spellcraft check?
Yes.
24.
Roni knows the spell is glitter dust, and he does know, mechanically speaking, Grip is going to get a save at the end of every one of his rounds to see if he can clear this magic dust out of his eyes. But he's got a round of being blind here.
All right, well, he's trying to scrape it off. He bangs into the sarcophagus here. He bangs over here. He's standing in front of this door, and he'll make my save.
Hunker down and save? Yeah.
Remind me, it was will?
Will.
Why is it will? It's physical. It should be something
It's all in your mind.
good at.
It is.
16?
No good.
My.
Oh, God. Gripper put to sleep. Gripper blinded. Gripper energy drained. Gripper blood drained. Okay, Rumatri is up. She is surrounded, and she's holding a ranged weapon. She cannot make a slam attack. She cannot attack with her spine because it's inside her body. She cannot bite with her teeth because they do not protrude out of her head in a horrifying supernatural fashion. Well, she still has her head on her body. She drops the vampire drops her short bow and draws a short sword and attempts to stab Roni with it.
You're so bad.
Do you even vampire, bro?
Sometimes I would like the vampires to have dignity. 23?
That does hit.
Okay, there we go. You're giving me something. I appreciate
There you go, buddy.
Yeah.
You hit. Oh, no. Roll the 1 on the damage.
I did. Minimum damage, which is 4 points of damage because despite her incredibly thin frame, she seems super strong. Super fast, super strong, like a vampire, except a vampire without any attacks.
She's like Spike with a chip in his head.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. There is no dignity here. Roni, you're up.
I am going to continue to fight her, see if I can get her with the silver dagger again. I slice again. 22.
22. She dodges with supernatural speed out of the way. It's the end of round 6. Top of round 7. Dora, you are up.
I use a 2nd level spell slot, my last, to cast Magic Missile. My god.
Oh, look at that.
What the fuck? 4, 5, 5.
Oh,
14 force.
14 points of damage.
Roni, she doesn't seem that effective.
Roni's literally got and he turned back to talk to you, and when he did, that's when she stabbed him in the side. He's like, oh!
You should pay better attention. So you have some combat advice from a friend.
Debek, you're up, adjacent to Rumatri.
That makes an attack.
Swing. Swing that mighty blade.
18.
Miss. Gripper. You can hunker down and save?
Yes.
All right, give me a will save.
if the 15 failed and the 16 failed, the 13 definitely failed.
Success! I'm sorry, brother.
Yep.
Grip remains blinded. Rumatri hunkers down in the corner, attempts to cast another spell on the defensive.
Oh my god. Oh, buddy.
It's okay, man. I know how it goes.
Oh, she still makes it.
Okay.
And as she completes the action of this spell, Roni and Roni alone hears an otherworldly, high-pitched scream buffet his body. Give me a fortitude save.
Down to the first level spells.
Yeah, she is.
21.
All right. Not dazed and half damage. 5 points of sonic damage to Roni, so still injured even though he managed to fight off the dazing effect. And then you're up, Roni.
I am gonna take the combat advice that Dora gave and try to bury this dagger right in her head. That absolutely doesn't do anything. That was a 3 on the die, so that's a total miss.
Top of round 8. Dora, you are up.
I hope you all enjoy fighting Melisson alone. As I use a 3rd level spell slot to cast Magic Missile.
Pew, pew, pew. Dark missiles.
3, 3, 5, 11.
Dabwood, you're up.
Combat advice.
Combat advice to Roni.
Yep.
On top of the sarcophagus. Stabs out.
Ooh, a 20? Does a 20 hit?
Nope.
No. Unfortunately, she dodges out of the way. Gripper, you know where the fight's headed if you want to close down their blind and at least get a little closer. You saw the situation before you went blind.
He'll bang his way into another coffin and he still doesn't know which way he's walking. I don't want to tangle people up too much, but he'll move because it's more fun to move something. At least a little bit, and then here we go. Save it. Fucking 10.
They get lower and lower.
Each one has been lower. Each one lower than the first.
All right. Blade on blade. She's going to swing on the halfling. Here we go. 21.
Miss.
Oh, God. Roni, you're up.
At this point, she is no longer my studied combatant.
All right.
And I do not have any more points to spend to make her my studied combatant.
All right.
So now, now you see Roni, his sharpness is sort of wearing down.
Yeah.
Did I miss why there can't be a flank on her?
Sarcophagi.
There could be. If Roni wants to climb up on top of the sarcophagus.
But then she's got a clear shot out with a blind grip to try to get past.
Oh, yeah, right. So Roni's keeping his body between her and the blind gripper.
But he will attempt to stab with his silver dagger regardless and see if he can do some damage. Oh! 25.
Hit.
For 1 point of damage.
She takes every single point of that damage as it rakes across her cheek. Top of round 9, Dora.
Dora spends her last shame point to preserve this 3rd level spell slot.
Yep.
Cast Magic Missile on Rumatri. 5, 4, 3, 12.
As the last of the void missiles slams into her, this ancient body crumples to the ground, and what looked like a vibrant, if kind of pale and thin, elf immediately deteriorates, begins rotting, and within seconds, her body has aged into dust, and that is the end of Chapter 80. We'll pick up back here in the crypts next time.
Amazing.
Yes.
Way to go, Dora.
Yeah, MVP tonight.
This was your fight.
Dark Nexus is a creation of Plug and Hum Productions. This podcast uses trademarks and/or copyrights owned by Paizo Incorporated, which are used under Paizo's community use policy. We are expressly prohibited from charging you to use or access this content. This podcast is not published, endorsed, or specifically approved by Paizo Inc. For more information about Paizo's community use policy, please visit paizo.com/communityuse. And for more information about Paizo and Paizo products, please visit paizo.com. That's PAIZO.com. Dark Nexus uses music and soundscapes by Sirenscape. Check them out at sirenscape.com. That's SYRINSCAPE.com. Opening and closing themes, along with additional music, composed by Rob Kauzlaric. Artwork for Dark Nexus is by Matt Wahlquist. Special thanks to Toy, without whose generosity this project would not have been possible. And thanks to DMCP, Richard and Ari, Paul and Shannon, Chris, Scotty, Jason, Jess, Joe, Chelsea, Matt, Dave, Darren, and everyone we've gamed with over the years for all the memories and inspiration.
WTPK.
Oh,
Brilliant. Love it.
Tag,
That was
season
good.
2 tag.